Hi there, Scorpio. Welcome to your end of August 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. Well, I have a new deck, and this is called the Celestial Magic Tarot. And it has crystal correspondences. Oh, I said celestial. Crystal Magic Tarot. And it has crystal correspondences with each card. For instance, I got Shungite for the Three of Swords. And I know the properties of some crystals. I'm definitely not a crystal expert, but I would imagine that each card is connected to crystals that represent that card. With Shungite, I'm not quite sure because it's a black crystal, like tourmaline, so it's protects against negative energy. I mean, that's one of the things. So I'm trying to feel with the Three of Swords. I know that that can be negative energy, but anyway, maybe that is, I'm sure it is appropriate. I just find it interesting. Okay. In case you're interested in the back of these cards, I'm always interested in that too. I think they're very pretty. I think I'll choose this. Okay. Alrighty then. The heart of the matter is the Three of Swords. This is a card of maybe feeling rejected by someone. Yeah, it could be in a personal relationship, but it could be at work. Didn't get the promotion, didn't get the bonus, and maybe somebody else did. So you might be comparing yourself to that person, feeling less than. To be honest with you, I have no idea what that's supposed to be. It looks like underwear to me, but I'm sure it's not. I have no idea what the holster. I have no idea. But anyway, and I have said before with the Three of Swords, it can be this idea of, or I say to people, what do you tell yourself about a situation where you didn't get the job or you didn't get the promotion? Do you create this narrative around that is maybe like inaccurate? Not that you're doing so intentionally, but you're seeing it through a very negative lens. So just keep that in mind, because sometimes even if a person gets fired, it doesn't necessarily mean that they were incompetent. It could be that they didn't want to pay extra money. Who knows? So the past position is the King of Wands. Well, one thing I also want to say too is that the Three of Swords, I just got this card in the challenge position for another sign. So actually it was your opposite sign of Taurus. So that's very interesting. It makes me wonder if that's something between you and Taurus. So one other interpretation of the Three of Swords can be cutting something very cleanly. That's why it's associated with heart surgery. So maybe someone close to you or yourself has had heart surgery, but even the act of cutting something very cleanly means that you're breaking off or need to break off with someone. Or like if it's a bad habit, you could say that as well. But let's just say a person, and not keep going back and forth, because going back and forth drains your energy and it allows you to remain stuck, because the person that you are dealing with isn't somebody that you can have a decent relationship with. Maybe there's just lust that makes both of you seek each other out. Maybe there is a power struggle. Remember about Scorpio that there can be this you respect, or you love even being powerful. But is that power to be able to order, control, feel that you're controlling something in a relationship? Or is it something that is an illusion? The King of Wands that I chose in the past position may be that person. So this would be a fire sign. Now, if I had to make a guess, I would say first off, it would be Leo out of all the fire signs, because that squares you off and there's like a physical attraction, therefore. And then my second guess would be the adjacent sign of Sagittarius. Aries would probably come last, but whatever. Might be a fire sign individual, but it could be that you have stepped into your power so that you are really contemplating doing this with this person, cutting them off for good, or you have just done it and you're kind of like, uh-oh, okay, what's happening? And by the way, this could be another person in your relationship. What came into my mind right now was no contact. So that's a term that they use in narcissistic abuse. And this could even be like a parent that you just keep giving more and more chances to, and it's just, the relationship is just so toxic and damaged that it doesn't, you keep going back and forth and nothing seems to get any better. So whatever that has been, maybe it took courage to get to that point. The higher message is the Four of Pentacles. So it's very interesting because normally if I were to interpret this card, this is a card of financial security. But to me, we're talking about something on an energetic level. And ultimately, coins, this card can symbolize energy. And that's really what money is symbolic energy from somebody who exerted it and somebody who is paying for it. And the point is that when you're dealing with relationships and you're just looking at it from another lens, you may not boil it down to this idea of an energy exchange. The four represents stability. So in other words, when we interpret this card, it can mean financial stability, financial security. But in terms of relationships, it can be investing in something that is going to be stable, not something that is volatile, not something that can go away at any moment. Let me see what crystal they assign to that. Apophyllite or something. I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. The card that crosses you is the Queen of Wands. And this is a card of, I really love that drawing or that painting, whatever you want to call it, illustration. The colors especially. And this card supposedly is connected to Sagittarius. I associate with Leo because of sunflowers. And this is, we have the King and the Queen of Wands, but the Queen is in the challenged position. So watch out. For instance, with the tendency can be sometimes, and this is, I think, women can tend to make this mistake a lot because they are playing in this playing field. Like if the Queen of Wands can be like the career woman, but sometimes there is this imbalanced stance that a person takes where they think that they either have to be like the go-getter, the King of Wands, and they're just totally going after everything, but it's really self-directed, and I'm saying self-absorbed, but I don't mean it like narcissistic. I mean it just like concerning yourself, versus the Queen of Wands, which can be that cheerleader for other people as a leader. So both of these cards can represent leadership, but one has more of the feminine because the Queen is the water element, and that's what you have. That's what you are, Scorpio. So it's about tuning into people, feeling into people as you encourage them. Now, with the Three of Swords, this may be a leader. Maybe this is a female boss who is not much of a leader. And or even a male who's got the negative feminine energy going with what we would call like cattiness and the criticism. I think of more of the negative masculine energy as like pushing people too hard, things like that. But with the feminine side, it is the not encouraging people, but tearing them down, being overly critical, expecting too much. So if you have been dealing with somebody like that, you can, rather than look at it as, oh wow, this person is ruining my life, you can see this person for what she is. I'm saying she because, this card is depicted with a woman. But, it might not play out that way in her life. And so it gives you more information so that you can make the choice that is best for you. And it might make things a lot easier. Also, this can be a mother because the Queen can represent the mother. So if there is any kind of, that's another thing too. With the Four of Pentacles, if you have been depending on a mother or on, let's just say, a parent for money, even if it's not like all of your support, maybe they tended to give you some, when they felt like it, they would send you a check or something like that. And you have kind of maintained that relationship to continue receiving that. Think about what that means, because then that means that you have to play along with the game. And that will perpetuate the negativity. So if you're trying to get away from negativity, the way to do that is not by continuing to be supported even partially by someone who is, destructive in your life. What is coming in is the Knight of Wands. This is a card of maybe breaking free and kind of, there's a wild element to this card. And it says opal. I don't know. I think opal might be one of Scorpio's birthstones, if I'm not mistaken, which is very interesting because I think this has a connection to the planet Mars. I'm not sure. But in any case, this idea of, kind of being adventurous, meaning that you're not looking for guarantees. You're just kind of doing your own thing. There's a great sense of freedom with the Knight of Wands. And the outcome card is the Hierophant. This is a card that can be connected to the spiritual side of life. It can also be connected to some kind of this is connected to the sign of I said Pisces, Taurus, and it might be like a teacher, I would say like a mentor of some sort. This is also connected to a parent, perhaps, and that's why I said about the Queen of Wands. But I would say that since this is in the upright position, this person may have some kind of information or truth that you are looking for, even a teacher, besides a spiritual teacher, some other type of teacher. And, just in general, this can be a situation where you're looking for a way to contribute to the greater good. And when you are kind of like boxed into a situation where you don't feel empowered, the King of Wands wants you to find that power within. I actually think Scorpio may be the most powerful sign overall, but only when that person is awakening, not when they are in the matrix and they're kind of going through the motions and like everybody else, and they're making decisions based on that past conditioning. So this is a great time to connect with the higher beliefs, the higher thinking that directs us to beautiful things in life. Scorpio. So I hope that this resonated with you. And if you would like a private reading, I do a lot of astrology readings. And I have, package deals for that and single readings. You can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching. Bye.